Good morning, brothers in Christ of the Inner Circle, Men Living for Greatness and Greatness University, and anybody else who may be watching this video. I'm Cecil Fuselier. I'm coming to you from Lafayette, Louisiana. and today I wanted to share with you my insights for my Holy Hour this morning. This morning I was reading or rereading one of my favorite books that I learned to really appreciate from being part of Men Living for Greatness through the efforts of Christopher Carter and all of the good brothers that I have been associating with for 4 years. I've always been impressed with their spiritual readings, their spiritual library, and mine was so anemic until I joined this group and began to expand my readings in areas that I have really profited from a spiritual standpoint. This morning I was rereading The Soul of the Apostolate, one of my very favorite books. It's kind of a standing humorous joke that the first time I read it, I got nothing out of it. I read through the whole thing and I really didn't feel that I was growing from it. But then I picked it up about a month later and I reread it. And the whole time that I was reading, I'm thinking, did I read this? Did I miss all this stuff? So rereading The Soul of the Apostolate has been really a beneficial thing for me. I know many of you out there have read it and have commented to me in different vehicles that you had read it and you loved it. Well, it's just one in the library, the books that I'm trying to build in my library. Anyway, this morning in the Holy Hour, I was reflecting, before I even picked up the book, I was reflecting on my external life, my secular life, those things, you know, that the Lord has been good to me for bringing my way of a wonderful career that I had in pharmacy. And now in my retirement, a wonderful career I have being a retiree and being a full-time professional photographer. So life is good and God has been good to me. So I was reflecting on the external life and giving thanks for those things. But it wasn't until I picked up this book and read it that I started concentrating on my interior life. And the external life and the internal life can be viewed as interdependent. So this morning I'm reading and I stopped on this passage that I'm going to read to you real quickly. It states, "Listen to St. John of the Cross. Let the men eaten up with activity," he says, "and who imagine that they are able to shake the world with their preachings and their outward works, stop and reflect a moment. It will not be difficult for them to understand that they would be much more useful to the church and more pleasing to the Lord, not to mention the good example they would give to those around them, if they devoted more time to prayer and to the exercises of the interior life." I stopped and I put the book down for a minute and I thought, what a great opportunity for me to reflect on my interior life. How has my life changed over the past 4 years in my journey, my faith-based journey? And it's tremendous. The changes that I've made are tremendous. And I base it on the findings that I feel are important in prayer, how to pray. And one of the ways that I had to learn about how to pray is how to listen, because I wasn't listening well. I may have been hearing things, but I wasn't listening. And so silence became part of my prayer life. Listening became part of my prayer life. And interior prayer has become part of my life. And exercises, my daily habits, developing an organized plan for my daily habits and staying with those daily habits. And I attribute this discipline, if you will, to what I've learned from the brothers in Christ that I've been associating with all my life. I'm not going to exclude people in my life prior to becoming part of Men Living for Greatness. I've had some wonderful friends throughout my life that have encouraged me to be faithful to the faith-based journey that we're on, and I'm thankful for that. Some great Catholic guys that I worked with when I was working for the pharmaceutical industry and have continued to be friends. friends that I had gone to college with, etc. But it was reawakened to a large measure by joining Men Living for Greatness and learning from these men these things about developing daily habits that help us to continue on our journey. Anyway, my story maybe not apply to anybody else, but my YouTube videos are to share those things that are important to me, that have worked well with me and for me, and in hopes that it may encourage other people to sit down and think about certain things in their life. Think about the external life and the activities of the external life, and then to do an analysis of the interior life and how that fits in to your faith-based journey. I'm going to end it as I always do. I'm praying for those intentions that you have made known to me, and for those intentions that you have chosen to keep close to your heart and unknown to me. I still pray for those for you. All I ask is that you do the same for me. God bless. Stay well, stay healthy, and have a great day.